takes the truth to be the truth.
Now, talking about what a truth is and what a lie. Behind every truth and lies, there is but one variable, which is secret. So to make a truth or a lie, there must be a secret from which either or both of them are born. Let me narrow down my explanation on the power in information and knowledge. Now remember, for a secret to be powerful, it must represent that word secret, which means it must be true and a lie. And only those who can see, who knows it is true, knows how to wield that power. And truth, lie, secret, it's all an information. And an information is a knowledge being passed out verbally or by writing. And those who are privileged to receive the full power, which is information and knowledge verbally, and not just learning it or trying to learn it on their own, we are the most lucky. And so, in between those who say it is true, those who know it's true, those who say it's a lie, and those who knows it is a lie, only those who know it is true can be able to do the magic. Example, if you haven't used a phone or any electronic before, the only way you can know how to operate that device is by either reading the manual or being educated by another who knows how to use it verbal. Or just go to YouTube. Benefits of the modern age, an age built upon secrets being shared. In the old days and time, there were many secrets, and in that era, written information didn't exist. This was the time we all lived as one before our tongues were split, after which written information wasn't still much a thing until writing was invented, modernized and standardized. And that is one privilege the new world has, America. It came when writing was a thing, so they had a way to pass down their history and information precisely, cause the thing about verbal education is it has the highest percent on the tendency of it being manipulated. So if the information is manipulated, it means the original knowledge has been corrupted, causing division. So one can be divided into more than one, meaning out of one knowledge can many other be generated, most good and most bad. Example, the knowledge behind the invention of a phone. I'm saying what was in the mind of the inventor of a mobile phone among everything wasn't that so it would be used as a bomb trigger or anything relating to bomb one day. So I can educate someone on a contrary purpose of an original knowledge, meaning one device can be used for different things depending on the teacher, which is information, written, or knowledge, verbal mostly. Before writing was invented or started, in the real old days, writing was not even thought of because they spoke one language, and even after the splitting of tongues, for a while, the only way to know is when you've been told. So passing down of knowledge was only verbal, and that is why after the splitting of tongues, darkness had leverage in those wars to gain with light, because verbal teaching of an original knowledge can easily be corrupted, and that is why the world became really corrupted. Religions and different doctrines emerged. So when writing started being born, it had begun to lose that leverage. So she decided to limit writing information, and that is why olden days it was a taboo to read and write. But light refused to let darkness have this world, so he sent Jesus. And that is why in that era, if you knew how to read and write, people de-associated themselves from you. They will say you are cursed. But then Jesus took Matthew, and I believe from Matthew and other disciples who may have known how to read and write, others learned. And that is why almost all the disciples wrote part of the Bible. And apart from the disciples, everyone in the Bible had a relationship with God, who knew God, who understood God, knew how to read and write. Example, Solomon, David, Moses, Enoch, name them. That is why Jesus was a teacher among other professions. I mean, why do you think when writing even became a thing or was born, it was only people who were significant or had power, had access to learning? Even up to now, that is what our politicians used against us. When they want a case to die, they bring out another information to supersede that one, and then keep giving you less information about what you were bothered about. Especially in example of when our politicians did this to us was in the case of answers to police brutality. That's why they control the media. On the case about fraudsters and occult men, God actually works in mysterious ways, But it's important as a Yahoo boy, I think that's why the devil takes away your dream and just gives you money. Takes some certain things away from you that is supposed to be your pillar, that's supposed to help you achieve something greater, that is supposed to make the world a better place. If you get money, what next? And that is why most of them are lost, are drowned in making money. They are covered by it. There's a darkness covering them. You're going to dupe someone for the rest of your life. Now, where you decide on duping someone for the rest of your life, now you see that is foolishness, and that is how darkness works. So if you're a Yahoo boy and you dupe maybe 1 or 4 times, and then because you are free, because there's a light in you that is shining, that is trying to shine brighter, you use those money towards something relevant. Because whereby you use it for something irrelevant, it goes back into, there's this web in the spiritual realm. Everything revolves around darkness and around light. So if you get your money from darkness, there's this construct that you are supposed to spend your money. And most times you are conscious about it. Most times you don't know about it. But the real ones who understand darkness kind of understand it. And mostly the dark web don't like helping people from the light web. And the light web is just free, anybody trying to make the world a better place. While the dark web is trying to not make the world a better place. Now that is a bad energy. Bring that kind of energy into a church. It chases the presence of God from that church. Because most of these people, they will be using your faith alone, your understanding with God now as maybe a pastor and bringing the presence of God there. But they are not chasing it. And then now they use sacrifice as... Sacrifice is a very powerful method of gaining the favor of God or any God you are serving. Sacrifice. But then now, the Almighty God is trying to tell you,
go and learn what this means. I desire mercy more than sacrifice.
You cannot mercy without being kind. Anybody who devil is giving money, is giving wealth, does not know the meaning of kind. Now when it comes to a church having thousands of persons seated, not everyone will be coming there because of you. Everyone cannot like and understand you. And remember, the goal is to help them understand God better and create a personal relationship with Him. Most people in there only remember God and to pray only on Sundays, which means they are not understanding. And because everyone have different tastes, some persons might actually understand maybe a junior pastor of yours better. And whereby that junior pastor preaches or teaches once in a while, or maybe during the week, and most members do not have time during the week, you just be reducing their chances of understanding. But if instead during that week, people coming to the temple will be those who you are coaching, who understands you better to pass out what they've understood from you during the Sunday service according to their sections based on who likes their pattern, you end up having more time as the senior pastor for other things. What's the purpose of teaching on one thing for years and very little really comprehend? You cannot have faith in something you don't have some degree of understanding on.